Hey everybody, Jason Seiden. I'm back in my office. Feels great to be back. So I walked in, I've been on the road, so I've got a list of crap that I have to do on the home front. And I thought, you know what, I've had a couple heavy weeks. I'm in the middle of a logistics thing. I just want to talk about my lists for a minute because I find them really helpful and they've evolved over the past couple of years and probably in a way that's better than I've ever been able to manage before. So I've always been the little sheet of paper with what I need to do today, and then at the end of the day I throw it out, and if something's got to transfer, I transfer it to the next day, and it's okay, works. But I've got a new process and it's working a lot better, and I put this together during quarantine. I use Monday.com for my lists. I use Monday.com as a project management tool at work, but I actually use it on the home front too. And here's how I use it. Simple account, my to-do items go in it. I start with the main board, and I don't use any of the fancy project management functions or features. So if you love Trello or something, like, great. I like Monday. I set up groups. So I've got the critical stuff that I have to do today. That's its own group, and in that way, it stops me from having the super long list where I'm constantly feeling like, what am I letting slip through the cracks? Nope, I can just look at the 2 or 3 things that I have to do today. That's in the main group, and it's great, right? And then my other groups, time bound, or critical, non-time bound, but important, and then like everything else. So, so I can glance at all this, and I can figure out, what do I need to do professionally? What do I need to do personally? And the critical items from both of those categories go into the top. And that stops me from having the problem of having my work stuff take up the entire day, and then entering second shift after dinner where I'm not even thinking about the toilet that's been running for 2 weeks that I need to address, or vice versa. If I've got something I have to finish on the weekend, it stops me from, having the honey-do list take up my entire time. I can actually see a day. It includes everything I've got to do from every aspect of my world. And I get it done or I don't, but I can see it all together, and I find it so helpful. The other reasons that I love using Monday.com, a couple features that are just really helpful. One, I can take notes on a note. So if I got to book a plane ticket, okay, I didn't book it today. Why? Well, I have a note in there saying, I got to confirm the dates, or I have to confirm the schedule. Like, I have a meeting. Do I have to stay for the meeting and I'm leaving in the afternoon? Otherwise, I'm going to leave in the morning and save $100 on the flight, something like that. I can put a date on it. So if I put a flight on hold, I bump it up to the top, and I can put the deadline on it so that I know the hold will expire at the end of the day. I have to deal with this today. Really nice to be able to take notes and put those deadlines on there. Also really nice to be able to put status on there. I did it. I'm working on it. It's stuck, right? So just visually, I can be like, that's stuck, and then put the note in. Here's what I'm waiting for before I can finish this task. How many times have I had that conversation at home where it's like, is this done? I get asked, is this done? And I know it's not done, but now I got to think about why it's not done. And I'm stressed because I'm getting the question, and I'm probably in the middle of something else, and I don't have that. And having that app where I can just click a button and be like, right, it's stuck. I'm waiting for so-and-so to get back to me. Man, does that save a lot of aggravation. And then finally, just the Kanban view. So I can go from the whole list that has my groupings, and I can just flip it to see all the open items that I have to work on. All the stuff that's done, all the stuff that's stuck at a snap. It doesn't sound like much, but it's really helpful. Just those few pieces of functionality are really helpful. So I've graduated from my pen and paper lists to Monday.com. I love it. I recommend it. Other things I recommend to get organized, well, if you use Google for email and calendaring, but you're a Mac person like me, especially if, like me, you've got a vanity URL at home, like I'm at jasonseiden.com, not at gmail.com. And if you have that, then anytime you send out a calendar invite through Apple, it flips, it will default to the underlying Gmail address. What a pain in the ass. Now you get different emails out there. I pay $6 a month for all of my email addresses. It's not that many. It's not that expensive, for the Google Workspace. And once you have a Google Workspace, Apple plays much better with a Google Workspace account than with just a Gmail account. So I do that, and set up all my emails on my Mac products to integrate with the Google Workspace. It's wonderful. I use Reclaim AI then, so I need to make sure that anything that gets booked on my personal calendar, automatically the hold gets put on my work calendar. And literally Monday.com plus the Google Workspace plus Reclaim AI, it has been a godsend in just getting my stuff organized and helping me stay on top of what I need to stay on top of. So those of you who have known me for a long time, I believe in chaos homeostasis. You clean up there's a certain amount of chaos that's consistent in your life, right? You clean your closet and your office gets dirty. You clean your office and your closet falls apart. Well, I think the key to life is being able to just sort of nudge the level of organization across the board that you can handle. And you don't do that by cleaning your closet or you do that by giving yourself better executive function so that everything gets better. And you now know the secret to how I'm trying to improve in that area. So anyway, that's it. I love you. I'll see you next week.